It's a new week in GTA Online, and in today's video, I'll be showing you the best ways to make money, how to get 5 cars for completely free, all of the removed vehicles that have returned for a limited time, and all of the limited time discounts that you should take advantage of. Let's get started. For the best ways to make money this week, first we have weed sale missions that are on 2 times money. Once again, my opinion still stands that the empty businesses suck, with the weed farm being one of the worst, but if you already own a weed farm, then it might be worth using this week. A full bar of product will get you just over $850,000, so long as you own Smoke on the Water, and it will roughly take 5.5 hours to generate. If you're as lucky as me and only get 1 sell vehicle, the sale will only take 5 minutes, but most of the time you're going to get free vehicles from selling a full weed farm, and that will take you around 20 to 25 minutes to complete. Additionally, all weed farms and upgrades are on a 40% discount this week. However, if you don't already own a weed farm, I wouldn't recommend buying one, as it would only be worth running this week. If you do own a weed farm, and you also have a mansion with the mansion security, be sure to buy the security upgrade for your weed farm, so the business can no longer get raided. Remember that you can also use the mansion production speed boost to massively speed up your weed production. Next, we have exotic exports, which are on 4 times money this week. These are the 10 cars listed in your auto shop that spawn around the map each day that you can deliver to the docks for some extra cash. Usually, each car that you deliver will get you $20,000, and delivering all 10 cars will get you a bonus $100,000. However, this week, each car is worth $80,000, and the bonus for delivering all 10 is $400,000. If you deliver all 10 exotic export cars every day this week, you'll get a total of 1.2 million per day. Do note that you do need to own an auto shop to gain access to the exotic exports. If you do own an auto shop, another great way to make some quick money this week is by doing 1 auto shop robbery contract. This week, players who complete any auto shop robbery contract will receive $300,000 within 72 hours. Now, if you didn't know already, the Union Depository contract is the best one to do, as it pays out almost double compared to the other contracts. If you don't have it on your contract board, simply start one of the contracts that is on the board, leave your auto shop, call Santa to cancel the contract, and then go back inside. This refreshes the contracts on the board, and you can keep doing this until the UD contract shows up. Finally, we have drift races and the Lunar New Year stunt races that are on 3 times money this week, or 6 times money for GTA Plus members. Now, these probably aren't worth doing without GTA Plus, but if you do have GTA Plus and join a race with lots of people, then I'm sure the money would definitely add up this week. At the very least, you may as well complete at least 3 drift races this week for the weekly challenge, which will get you the Bright Manor racing suit and the bonus $100,000. Additionally, if you own the Anis Euros, be sure to use it for at least one of those drift races to be rewarded with the Manga Classic livery within 72 hours. Just like every week, the regular and HSW time trials are a great way to make a quick 350k. The regular time trial is Tongva Valley, and all you have to do is place a waypoint and follow it all the way to the finish line. Now, I definitely recommend the Hakuchou drag here, because you're very short on time and it will help you dodge the traffic. The HSW time trial is Terminal to Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness, and all you have to do is place a waypoint and start following it until you get near to the garment factory. Then what you want to do is turn left here onto the highway and then follow the new directions for the rest of the way. This one's quite an easy one and you have plenty of time, so any HSW vehicle will do. However, I still recommend the Hakuchou drag. As always, your regular big money makers remain the same. For your passive money methods, make sure you're sending out your warehouse technicians and bail agents as often as possible, maintain your income from your safes, and keep on top of your passive businesses like the Acid Lab and Bunker. For your active money methods, keep farming your Kaya Precos and your hangar crates. If you're finding the video useful and want to keep up with the weekly updates every week, consider leaving a like and subscribe if you're new. It massively helps to support the channel, and I'll know to keep making these videos. For our free vehicles this week, we have 5 cars that we can get for free, which is very nice. First, we're at the LS car meet, and the prize ride vehicle this week should be the Fathom FR36, but for some reason my game is bugged out and it said I've already done the prize ride challenge this week, which is definitely not possible. This car usually goes for just under 1.6 million on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, and it is actually on discount this week as well. But this week, you can get it for free by finishing top 3 in an LS Car Meet Series race for 4 days in a row, and I'll show you how to do that now. So first, I recommend joining a public session if you haven't already, and then what you want to do is run over to the race organizer over here and select one of the 4 following race series. You'll either be put into a race as a host or join someone else's race. This week, I recommend joining a drift race, as they're on 3 times money for all players or 6 times money for GTA Plus members. I also recommend only joining a race with 3 other people, so you're guaranteed to make progress towards the prize ride challenge. You can race with your friends or random players. Alright, I'm in a drift race with one other person. Let's see how I do. There we go, I finished the race, but apparently the other guy scored more points than me, which means he wins. Unfortunate. Here we are back at the LS car meet, and this is usually the part where I show you that I've made progress towards the prize ride challenge. But like I said, it seems like my game has bugged out this week, and it says I've completed the challenge already, which is not possible in the first day. But if you come top 3 in any LS car meet series race for 4 days in a row, you should be able to get the prize ride vehicle if your game isn't broken like mine. At the Diamond Casino, the lucky wheel vehicle this week is the Benefactor Sterling GT. This car usually goes for just under $1 million on Legendary Motorsport Motorsport, but with a bit of luck, you can win it for free this week. Let's spin the wheel, see if I get lucky. Nope, not today. Unfortunate, but I will take those 15k chips. Now, I already own the Sterling GT, and it's a great car to have. It's currently in the top 10 fastest cars in the game, and it's also the fastest sports classic car in the game as well. I do actually have a top 10 fastest cars video coming out this Saturday, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you'll know as soon as it drops. At the Salvage yard, we finally have a claimable vehicle this week, which is the Maybach Penumbra FF. This car usually goes for just under 1.4 million on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, but this week, you can claim it for basically free after completing the Duggan robbery. Now, I've already completed the Duggan robbery today, so let's claim the vehicle and take it for a spin. Here we are, there's the Penumbra FF. Let's take it for a spin. Now, this car's not a high performer or a must buy, but if you own a salvage yard, you may as well do the Duggan robbery this week to get it for free. And finally, on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have 2 cars that you can get for completely free this week. Those being the Blista Kanjo and the Class A Drift Walton L35. The Blista Kanjo is a great car to pick up for free this week and is one of the best performing compact cars in the game. Usually it goes for just under $600,000 or just over $400,000 if you have the trade price. The Drift Walton L35 is also another decent car to pick up for free this week, and usually it goes for just over 1.4 million. For the removed vehicles that have returned this week, we don't actually have any. All of the vehicles at Simeon's, Luxury Autos and DLS Car Meet are all vehicles that are still available to buy through the in-game websites. There is a new vehicle that's been added to the game, however, which is the Shitzu Keitora, and you can buy this for just over $800,000 on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. For your discounts this week, for completely free, we have the Blista Kanjo and the Class A Drift Walton L35 that can be claimed for free on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. Additionally, you can also get an LS Car Meet membership for free if you don't have one already. Do note, the LS Car Meet rep is also on a 5 times bonus this week, so definitely be sure to take advantage of that. For 40% off, you can get any weed farm, including upgrades and modifications. For 30% off, you can get the Dinka Jester RR, the Fathom FR 36, the Dinka Shavos V6, the Class A Drift Yosemite, the Buckingham Howard NX25, the Zirconium Journey 2, the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, the Rune Cheburek, the Karen Futo, and all drift tuning upgrades. Honestly, unless you want all the businesses in the game, the weed farm really isn't worth buying, as it's only worth running this week while it's on double money. The Jester RR is definitely worth buying this week, as it's one of the best tuners cars in the game, and it can be upgraded with drift tuning if you want it. The Chavos V6 is also worth picking up this week, as it's one of the best sedan cars in the game, which can also be upgraded with drift tuning if you want it. The Futo might be worth buying this week, as it's very cheap and can be upgraded with drift tuning, which makes it a pretty decent drift car. The Gauntlet Hellfire might be worth picking up this week if you like the look of it, which I certainly do, and it can be upgraded with drift tuning if you want it. The Drift Yosemite and Cheburek probably aren't worth buying this week, as they're not high performing or must buy vehicles. However, if you want them, they can both be upgraded with drift tuning. The FR36 might be worth buying if you're not going to do the prize ride challenge, but if you are going to do the prize ride challenge, definitely don't buy it. The Howard NX25 is probably not worth buying this week, and for the love of God, do not buy the Journey 2. And then of course, if you have any cars that you want to upgrade with drift tuning, definitely take advantage of that discount this week. At the gun van, you can get the service carbine, the stun gun, the precision rifle, the compact rifle, the heavy pistol, and the nightstick. Now, I already own all of these weapons, so I can't see the prices, but all players should be able to get 50% off the precision rifle, and GTA Plus members should be able to get 30% off the stun gun. For your throwables, you have pipe bombs, tear gas, and grenades. And of course, all of the body armor is available to buy as well. Let me know in the comments what you're getting up to this week in GTA Online, whether that's grinding some of the content bonuses or buying some discounted vehicles. And while you're at it, why don't you check out the rest of my channel? If you want a quick rundown of everything that's happening this week, click on the video on your screen now. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.